All right, we're gonna do the pickup cavities now and the body cavity. And we're gonna do the double-sided tape thing. You're gonna switch to your pickup and neck cavity router template. I already did the double stick tape, so you don't have to watch me fool with that. Hopefully, you still have your center lines. You see I got a center line on this template, right, running through here, and obviously got that channel's at the center. This is the most important router part. You need this bridge and your neck to end up in perfect alignment when you're done, so that your strings go right over the centers of the pickups where they're supposed to. All right, got that. So you got certain depths you're supposed to router these to. I think I sent you the information for a Telecaster. So since you're doing Telecaster, neck's gonna be 5/8 of an inch deep. Pickup cavities, they're saying 3/4 of an inch. I'd go and I'd route the full 1 inch. It's just easier. You don't have to screw with the wires getting caught underneath anything. And then this guy, your actual electronics cavity, when you route that, I believe on yours it's 1 3/8 of an inch. I would just measure your body thickness. If you have a 1 3/4 inch body, I would make it 1 5/8 inch deep, because that switch, you can measure your 3-position switch. That depth, you gotta make sure this is that at least deep enough to hold that. So anyway, got that already on there. I've got my bit in here. We're gonna go with this shortest template bit again. And I've already set the depth. We want the top of the bearing to be about even with the top of here so that it rides around in there. And we don't want to cut these. We don't want to make too deep of cuts on this. So it's sort of the opposite of, we went counterclockwise when we routed around the body. And this time we're going to go clockwise inside of here because of the way the bit travels. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is already set depth. So you're going to need to tilt your router when you start this and make sure it's over one of the pockets. And then you just kind of slowly drop it in there, but you don't want it to lose. You don't want it to grab. You got to be firm with it. So kind of just watch this. All right, so you see we just let that wind down while it's still inside the cavity. That way it didn't hurt anybody. So you kind of just got to move it back and forth to hog out all that wood. You see the video moved, that power cord got caught on my tripod stand. And I think I pulled it a little bit, but I think you can still see what we got going on there. All right, same thing with the neck pocket. So you start with the bit outside, but your router resting on the template. And then you're gonna start on this side, and we're gonna move the router from there and around. We'll come back and move it around, and then it's kind of freehand in here, but your base is right on here, so it should all come out to the same depth. So go ahead and start with that bit not touching any wood. Okay, so you can see what we did. I didn't do these two yet. So I prefer to make a hardtail strat, so I actually don't router that section out. And then this is your output jack. And you have to, your output jack's gonna go through the side and drill into your control cavity. So if you have any questions on that, you can call me, we can talk about it. Or I can show you one of my previous builds, I'll send you a picture. Anyway, then you're gonna keep going until you get to the full depth. And the one that's most critical is the neck pocket. Like I said, it would be 5/8 of an inch deep, measured from the top of the surrounding wood. And then when you build your neck, you'll build it accordingly to the same specs, and it should just slide right in. All right, so I routed my neck pocket. It's 7/8, or excuse me, 5/8, and that's from top of where the body is, bottom of here. Doesn't include the template height. And I made these pockets about an inch deep. And now it's time to pop this top off again. That pleasurable thing that we got to do last time. And somewhere here, we will pry this off again. There we go. All right, perfect. So now that's off. So this pocket and these three on strat are to the right depth. Same thing with the Telecaster. You'll router your pickup pockets and your neck pocket with the template on. Then you pop the template off to finish this out. Just because the bits get to where they're not deep enough. And then yours, you don't router for this, you'll drill. And we'll show you that in a later video. So now I'm just gonna finish out this pocket to depth. And then I'll show you the finished product.